Asalamalaikum, hello and welcome to the Pakoraman channel, and welcome to Amsterdam, the capital of the Netherlands. Join me today as I take a boat cruise on the canals of this city. The tour I'm taking today is with Lovers Canal Cruises, but there are numerous companies providing tours right outside Amsterdam Central Station. At the very start of the cruise, the boat goes into the Amstel River. The name of the city is derived from the name of the river and also the dam which was created in the 12th century, which then became known as Amsterdam. The tours usually last for 1 hour and I paid €15 for this trip. Tickets can be purchased online or from the ticket offices on the canal side where the boats are moored. You are provided with earphones which you can plug in for an audio guide which comes in many different languages.
So guys, if you look at most houses in Amsterdam, let's say these houses here on the right hand side, you can see that they're not particularly big. They're actually pretty narrow. That's because back in the day you were taxed according to the width of your house. So the wider your house, the more tax you had to pay, and that's why most houses in Amsterdam are built on a narrow and long plot. But if you have a narrow house, you do want to use your space as efficiently as possible. So for that reason, the staircases in these houses are also very narrow, but also super steep. So bringing something big up into the house through the staircases, that's kind of difficult. So that's why all houses in Amsterdam have a hoisting beam sticking out. You can beautifully see them there in the canal. So if we need to get something big into the house, we just attach a wheel and a rope to the beam. We lift it up from the outside, and then on the inside we can open the windows on every single floor, and that's how we get everything into the house. And I say.
As you can see, the canals are lined with houseboats. There are approximately 1,200 in total. These are permanent residences and are hooked up to the main supply of gas and electric. Some of these are also being converted into hotels and restaurants.
Yeah guys, so let's talk about the Skinny Bridge just a little bit more. It's the most iconic bridge of Amsterdam. It's the one right here in front of us. Don't worry, we're all gonna see it very soon. Now the Skinny Bridge is called the Skinny Bridge because of its width. It's very narrow, hence the name Skinny Bridge, but nowadays this bridge is actually more often referred to as the Love Bridge. And I'll tell you why. because back in the day, the original bridge was even more narrow than this one. It was actually so narrow, in order to get from one side to the other, if you came across another person in the middle, you basically had to hug the other person to get to the other side. So according to the stories, there were young guys waiting for beautiful young women to pass the bridge, and once they would spot one, they would quickly go to the middle, you know, and hug a lovely lady to the other side. So there was a lot of flirting going on, many romances on this bridge, and that's why the legend of Amsterdam says that if you're on a boat, guys, with your loved one, going underneath the skinny bridge, or if you're on a boat with your loved one making a U-turn right in front of it, you know, what a coincidence. They say that if you kiss each other right there and then, your love will last forever. Percent of the boats did not make it back, so a lot of sailors did not return, and for that reason, a lot of women were left behind. Now the 70% of the sailors who did make it back in the end, they became very wealthy, and they built this building here on the right-hand side. This is a museum nowadays, but back in the day it was a house for widows. If they had children, the kids were welcome here, but also elderly women were taken care of in this building right here. It was called the Amstelhof, and it served its purpose for over 300 years. The last resident actually only left in 2007, when it was already a museum. So that's very recently. You could actually say this was our first social security system.
When we think of a city built on water with canals and bridges, we automatically think of Venice. But it will surprise you to know that Amsterdam has 1,281 bridges compared to 409 of Venice. There are a total of 165 canals with a staggering length of 100 kilometres.
Yeah, so it's mostly companies that have decided to reside here because it's just too expensive. So these are also all office buildings that have decided to reside here. The few people that actually do live here, they're filthy rich, but these are mostly, you know, bankers, politicians and other criminals. Talking about number 460, the house with those interesting curtains. This family became very wealthy with trading in spices and in particular black pepper. Now if you were to buy this house today, it could cost you as much as 10 to 13 million euros. Now there is only one member left of this family. He's an old guy, already in his 80s. So if somebody's looking for a rich old pepper daddy, then you know, ring his bell and show him what you got. So guys, we do not only have skinny bridges in Amsterdam, we also have some pretty skinny houses. If you guys want to see a skinny house, then look for the Heineken sign on the right side of the boat. Because next to the Heineken sign, the house with the camera, that's the second skinniest house of Amsterdam. So this one right here, in between those two houses.
This is the second skinniest house in Amsterdam at 108 centimetres wide. The skinniest house is on the other side of this block, and that is only 103 centimetres wide.
The same block on the single, and that one is 100.
If you do come to Amsterdam and don't take a boat ride, then you have definitely missed out on one of the best ways to see the city. I hope you enjoyed my Amsterdam canal boat cruise. If you want to be notified about future videos, please subscribe to the channel and press the bell notification. Thanks for watching. See you soon.